This is a Headgum original.
Yeah.
If I were you, I'm pretty sure Amir's a chipmunk. What good does that do when it comes to human problems? If I were you, Jake said his father was a gourd man. Wait a minute now, if that's true, wouldn't that make Jake half pumpkin? Oh, chipmunks like eat pumpkins? Whoa!
Wow, that song was a thesis.
It posited a hypothesis that said, don't chipmunks eat pumpkins?
Right. And that you would be, it's basically pitching the idea that you could eat me. Is that right?
I'm not the artist. The man who wrote that song, as it were, is Jason Sill.
Nice. Good work, Jace.
Yeah, this theme song is a parody of one of the tracks that from an EP he just released called Homesickness.
Oh, a parody of his own track.
That's right.
Very good.
So the song is called Wallpaper, if you like what you heard. And I'd love it if you can shout out the project and my Instagram at JCSJason.
Cool. Done.
P.S. I've also been a personal trainer for years, and I met Jake right before COVID at the gym I used to work.
Whoa,
we talked about
fitness.
We talked about doing a free training session, but things closed down before we got the chance, and the offer is still on the table if you're ever looking for a new workout routine.
Wow. Okay. I left that gym, sadly, but you never know. You never know.
What was the gym that do you remember this interaction?
Yeah, I do. It was at Really Be Fitness, a gym in Williamsburg. And I remember Jason, a jacked blonde man who came up to me, and he was really strong. So, I think we hit it off, one strong guy to another. He asked me if I would train him. He said that he wanted to train you. And I said, I don't really do that. I'm more of a comedian.
You. Yeah.
And then he was like, no, I know you're a comedian. I'm a huge fan. I just wanted you to train me because you're so strong.
No,
and
he asked if he could train you, not the other way around.
And then he offered as a joke to train me, even though he's like, clearly you don't need it. But I said I would. And then COVID hit. So yeah, that's the only reason I haven't done it. But yeah.
He wanted to make you look more like him.
He asked me for a spot.
Yeah.
He was benching 500 pounds, and I spotted him with my cock.
What's that mean?
I mean, I could lift fucking 5 wheels with my dick. That's what that means. That's actually what that means.
You feel...
And Jason will tell you that.
Listen to your masculinity right now, just feeling threatened.
How's that for toxic masculinity?
If there's a reason Jake doesn't sound wise today, it's because you had your wisdom teeth pulled 3 days ago.
Very good. Yes, I did. I did.
We're listening to someone with less wisdom today. And was it fine when they got rid of them?
Or if you're watching the video at home, I can kind of... can you see back there?
No, yeah. Two
Not
missing.
really.
Were they in and then they pulled it out, or were they like below the gum line?
They were in. They were there. They were there.
Teeth. You used those
teeth there. Yeah, I flossed them. I brushed them. They were part of me.
Did they give them to you at the end? Or like, by the way, look at this fucking size of this thing.
Nobody would want what I saw. I'll tell you. I'll tell you the whole fucking. I'll tell you the saga. It starts when I'm 25 or 6.
All
it
right.
basically starts 10 years ago.
Okay.
My dentist at home in Connecticut tells me I need my wisdom teeth out. But he says, you had a pretty big mouth. We actually don't need to take all of them. We're just going to take the 2 on the upper and lower on your right side.
Yeah.
And I say, sounds fine by me. Go in. They put me out. I get the wisdom teeth out. 2 weeks later, I come back for my check-in. The dentist who is a different dentist now, like the one that owned the practice, says to the one who removed my teeth, "Why didn't you remove all of them?
Yeah.
Like you should have removed them all. Like if you're gonna
half-assed
go
it.
under, yeah, if you're gonna fucking get general anesthesia, go to sleep, you should just get all the teeth, right?
Do they
you
do
might
that?
as well.
Do they do the full anesthesia like at the dentist's office? That seems like very extreme for just like somebody next to you is getting their teeth cleaned and you're completely like
Dead to the
knocked
world.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was general anesthesia. Maybe it was laughing gas, but I don't think it was laughing gas. I
Like
think
you
they
were
do laughing
completely
gas if
out.
you're like, yeah, to like make you more calm. I was completely out. I counting backwards from 10, instantly dead.
Seated?
Came
Seated,
to.
not laying down like in a hospital style.
I mean, laying seated in the chair, but full recline. Yeah.
The 180. You're in
Yeah.
Delta Comfort.
And I did a bad job taking care of them. They tell you not to suck through a straw. And when I went home, had a thick smoothie through a straw. Totally forgot somehow because I was drugged up, I guess.
What's the physics of why sucking is bad? It like pulls the wound up or something?
Yeah, I mean it's like a vacuum in your throat, so it's like there's actual holes in your gums.
Yeah.
So it must be like
Like
just a pull
stuff
on
going
that.
in and then everything is getting sucked out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you want to avoid that. But then we went to it was the weekend. It was like 2 weeks before we moved to LA. So I like came into the city, met you, Marty. We like went out, smoked cigarettes, took vodka shots, ate sushi.
I did
You're not,
not
even supposed to
smoke
eat rice.
cigarettes. Don't
I
throw
smoked
me into
cigarettes.
this thing. Yeah, we went out and had vodka shots and smoked cigarettes. No, I did not.
All right, you had vodka shots. We did. That was the night we went to sushi.
Oh yeah, we talked about going to Vegas and bought plane
Yeah.
tickets to Vegas that we never actually used.
Well, didn't we? We used them and then Matt canceled them or something. I thought we because we drove. I don't know. Well, anyway, yeah.
That was
It
before you
night.
got your wisdom teeth out?
No, that was like 3 days after.
Wow, okay.
So anyway, that's a tangent. All right, that's just a tangent. So a few years later, I knew that I was supposed to be getting my left side wisdom teeth out, but I didn't really have any interest, and they weren't bothering me. They
And you're
weren't
hoping
ever
like maybe if I don't mention it, it's fine.
Yeah, and the reason I had gotten the right ones out is because like there was an irritation in the gum, and I kept on getting an infection, and it would always hurt. So it made sense that I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna deal with this. So for years, left side completely felt fine. Every time I went to the dentist, they're like, you really should have those wisdom teeth out. You really have to have those wisdom teeth out. Schedule your wisdom teeth coming out. It's like, I will. Then a month ago, I like finally got one of those infections again. And I was like, okay, it makes sense. I'll get them out. Okay.
Rip the Band-Aid.
Yeah. I go to my dentist, I schedule it, and they tell me when I arrive that I'm not going to be put out. I'm like, are you guys going to knock me out? And they say, no, you can actually do this. Like, you can do this while you're awake. And I've looked into it since, and it's true. Obviously, you can do it while you're awake. I don't know why anyone in their right mind would, because it's insane.
Yeah. So your you're conscious, I should say,
Yeah.
fully awake.
Wide
Not
awake.
even like the laughing gas, but just like
Not even the
numbness in
laughing
your
gas.
throat.
She just gave me like 4 or 5 shots of Novocaine in my face. Each one hurt. So it's like already, I'd rather have just gotten knocked out.
Yeah.
But a bunch of Novocaine in my face, waiting to feel numb. Then, I also have TMJ, right? Where I like can't open my mouth very well.
Yeah, your jaw clicks.
With a click. Yeah. Yeah. For anyone at home, here you go. That's the sound of my jaw cracking.
Yeah.
So I can't open my mouth very wide before it cracks. And if after it cracks, if I shut my mouth at all, or if I keep it open, it'll like lock up and be very uncomfortable. So this is such a good time for a video podcast. This is as wide as I can open my mouth. Ready?
Yeah. Right now or just before the crack?
Right. This is without cracking. This is what I can do at the dentist is this.
Okay. Would you say it's shallower than me?
Yeah. I'm probably I feel like I'm 3/4 of what you're at, maybe even half. It's not very wide. Yeah, that's crazy. I could never do that. What you're doing.
I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I'm fucking stuck.
It hurts to even think about it.
Okay.
And I told them this before they, when I heard that I wasn't going to be put out, I was like, I have TMJ. I can't open my mouth very wide. This is as wide as I can open it. And they're like, that's fine. That's okay. And in my head, I was like, okay, if this starts to like be really painful, I'm just going to walk out. It's not worth it.
But stop right there. This is really painful, and I'm going to walk out. I wonder if that's ever happened during the course of a wisdom tooth extraction. A walkout.
Well, it almost did during mine. She was like, they got one out, and she was like, do you want to stop? Because she knew how bad it was. So
they got at the top or the bottom first?
The top one was first. And
literally, you could just feel them going like boom, boom, like removing a fucking screw from a plank of wood.
You go to the dentist and you see like the thin little instruments. You see the little needles and you're like, ooh, I don't want that. When I looked over, it was like it looked like a set of chisels. It was like true carpenter tools. They were so
pliers.
thick and heavy. Pliers, forceps, like shit.
Who does this job? Like, who chose? Like, you have to be kind of fucked up to like, I want to fucking do this. Like, I want to pull teeth.
Yeah, I think I would agree.
It's kind of messed up.
So she's trying to get my top tooth. The angle is too bad because my mouth isn't going to open anymore.
Yeah, they can't get, and it's the back one. It's the hardest one to remove.
They have me like biting on something, so like so I'm not having to hold my mouth open, but I'm also not having to like, what is the word I'm trying to say? I don't know. Yeah, they basically have my mouth wedged open. Okay, that's what it feels like.
Does it hurt when they're pulling the tooth, or you're so numb you just feel like movement?
You feel pressure, but they're like the way that they had to get at my tooth because I can't open my mouth. Like I'm feeling they're like pulling at my cheeks. They're like using my lips as leverage for their tools. So it's painful. Like it's pinching. They're like pulling out my beard hair. It's not. Novocaine is not doing the job. Like it's not enough. Like yes, I didn't feel the instruments on my teeth, but everything I could feel on my face, the twisting, the pulling, the punching.
Oh God. And you're just getting like just instinctively like annoyed, like someone is punching you. So your fight or flight senses are heightened.
Turn your head all the way to the side. I'm just trying to I'm basically lying in fetal position in the chair, trying to tilt my head back, baring my top teeth. And
is this the one you're attracted to?
The dentist? No, she's the one that owns the practice.
Got it.
Yeah, this
they
other
brought
lady,
in the closer. Enter Sandman for the wisdom extraction.
I'm not attracted to her just because of how much she hurt me. Or maybe I am at this point. She couldn't get the tooth out, couldn't get an angle on the tooth, to the point where she had to saw my wisdom tooth in half so she could take it out in pieces.
Which way did she saw? Like down, almost like imagine a loaf of bread that you're slicing it, or like cutting the top off like a mushroom cap?
No, down the middle of the bread. So, your tooth has like 4 little prongs and the cap at the top. She just cut that cap straight in half.
How?
So she took out with a weird looking fucking
like a
drill.
little hacksaw.
It looked like a tiny little drill, and I just heard the smell of like burning enamel. Felt it. So then that's the fucking worst.
Is she freaking out too, or is I want her heart rate monitor? Like while this is happening, is this the equivalent of her like eating a salad at the Cheesecake Factory?
This is not casual for her.
Or she's like, not casual. Shit, something is going. Like I have to put out a fire in my kitchen level.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's like I'm like flatlining, but it's like she's like, damn, this is not an easy procedure. Like what she wants is that this tooth just comes right out. It's not fighting. But
maybe like fishing, that level of adrenaline. Like, whoa, I got something here.
Right. Yeah. She wants to get a good grip, rip it out, but she can't do that because the tails of my teeth are curved. They're not they weren't straight up and down. So she couldn't get that clean pull. And then she had to cut it in half. So she basically had to like unhook it from my mouth. And I could hear them like using that drill and like almost like a splitter, like cracking my teeth open.
And this is just for the first one.
This is just for the first one. And she did it. So she got the.
How long do you think it took? like from the beginning of the injection to like this moment where they're slicing it in half to try to take it out bit by bit?
That took probably 25 minutes. The entire thing was supposed to take an hour, and it took almost an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh my God. Okay. So 25 minutes in, they're slicing your tooth in half, trying to pull it out piece by piece.
And multiple times she's like told me to raise my left hand if it was ever too uncomfortable. So multiple times I've raised my left hand and I've asked for more Novocaine because it's starting to wear off. Like they'll just be pulling, and then all of a sudden like sharp searing pain. It's like, oh wow, you just hit somewhere where you didn't numb my mouth. You have to get another shot in there.
And then how is your general attitude / disposition at this point? Are you like, wow, this is crazy, but like, let's fucking do this? Or like, this is a huge mistake. Get me the fuck out of here. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a huge mistake. And I was also like, and I was like, oh wow. So like my idea of walking out, I didn't realize that I would have half of my tooth is cut in half. I can't walk out. We have to finish it. So, and like, you know, she's asking like, are you okay? Is everything all right? I'm like, and I was like, I mean, no. I mean, yeah, I guess. It's as good as can be. What? And then so then she finished 1.5 tooth. She couldn't get one of the roots on this one. She's like, the other one is like fully in your sinus. You don't want it out. You just have a hole in your sinus. And I'm looking at the x-ray where she's like showing me how much of my tooth she'd taken out. Like basically there's 25% of my tooth just left in my gum. And I'm like, does this even count as a wisdom tooth extraction? Like, is this good? Did this help anything? And she was like, yeah, no, it's good. It's good. We like needed to get it from the surface, and now like your teeth are protected and your gum's going to grow over and it's going to be fine. And like, there's a chance that in 15 years, your gum will reject this new growth. And it's like, and then
this is just the top. You haven't done the bottom yet.
Not the bottom yet. And so she's done, and I'm like, and I just straight up asked her, I was like, what is going on here? Like, this isn't a standard procedure, right? Like, there's no way that you do this every single time you take someone's wisdom teeth out. And that was when she explained to me all of like the things about my teeth that like my jawline was like fighting for the tooth, that it was further down in my gum line, that my roots were hooked rather than straight. And she's showing me the teeth, and they're just like crumpled pieces of garbage
enamel
that she's pulling out like willy-nilly. She basically,
so it wasn't like a single shark tooth. No. It was like, look at these rocks that I found on the beach.
Yeah, she had to shatter my tooth and then take it out piece by piece is what happened. And then she was like, do you want to not do the bottom? Because like she knew how uncomfortable it was.
You clearly aren't having fun here. Do you want to just call it at this point?
Yeah, like, do you like we can stop now? I know this is a lot. And I was just like, I mean, I have to get it done at some point, right? Like, it's at this stage, I'm like, I'm not gonna go to 3 different wisdom teeth surgeries. If I left, I would never get the bottom one out. So I was like, so we just have to like do it and hope that it's not as bad as the first one. And lo and behold, the bottom one was not quite as bad as the first one. She still had to also cut it in half.
Okay.
She still did not get the full tooth, but enough of it came out. It was like 80 to 90% of the bottom tooth.
Okay,
also
so she's
cut in half.
So there is still a little wisdom fragments in your top and bottom.
Yeah.
But the gum grows over it, and in theory, there's more room for your now furthest back molar to live and breathe.
Right. Yeah. And what I looked up after the fact was also like, because everyone was telling me that I had to get them removed because of crowding. And I looked it up, and it was like, crowding just happens naturally as you age. It doesn't really have to do with your wisdom teeth. So
okay,
it's kind of a farce for the dentist to make cash.
So the procedure ends, and are you like, wow, that was intense, but I'm relieved to finally go home? Or you're like, I didn't want that. That was messed up.
It's
Fuck
that.
you.
I was like, you guys lied to me. I asked if I was going to get put down. You said I didn't need to, and then you gave me the worst experience of my life. You were like, it's all going to be fine. Don't worry. And I told you that I couldn't open my mouth enough. I said it was going to be hard. You said it was going to be fine. And then the
You
most
have to pay for
egregious
parking
thing.
on like the way out. Do you guys validate? I'm serious. Do you validate?
There's like pain meds that you get prescribed. There's a CVS just down the street. They're like, we're going to call it in right now. It'll be ready within like 20 minutes. You can go pick it up.
Is this in Brooklyn? Like, are you walking these places or is this driving?
It's in Brooklyn. So I walk from the dentist to CVS. They say it's not ready. I wait a little bit, check in. They say it's not ready. Wait a little bit, check in. They say it's not ready. They say, are you sure they called it in? I call them. They say, yeah, we called it in. Oh, actually, no, it got bounced back. We're going to call it in a second. The doctor's in a procedure. And I'm like, I've been standing at CVS for 30 minutes. I ended up, by the time that they finally also every time I called them, it went straight to their voicemail. They weren't picking up.
So you're wearing a mask and also like chewing on gauze or something.
Yeah, I'm spitting bloody gauze into the garbage can at CVS. They got rid of all of the chairs and like the waiting area because it's for COVID shots now.
Of course.
So I'm just standing against a wall in a crowded CVS with my mouth bloody. The Novocaine slowly wearing off, all of the pain coming back. Can't get the pain meds because they didn't call them in. I ended up waiting there for an hour and a half before I finally got the medicine.
And what was the medicine? Was it like the good stuff?
No, it was not the good stuff. It was just like extra strength ibuprofen.
So they didn't give you like
ibuprofen.
Percocet. They gave you like the equivalent of having 3 Tylenols and 2 pills.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. So then when you left, were you like, I didn't like that, bye? Or were you like, hey, thanks, bye, I gotta go. We'll talk later. But I'm not okay.
I'm gonna write them another. I'm gonna get in touch with them because I also found out today that my insurance didn't cover it. So I need to be like, you guys fucking suck.
Was this your like childhood dentist or is this like a new recommendation?
This is like a bougie Brooklyn dentist that I thought was supposed to be good, but they're too bougie to take insurance or something. But they've worked with my insurance for a long time, so I think they should have like preempted and told me what it was going to cover. I asked what it was going to cover, and they said it's going to cover 80% of the procedure, and then I got the bill, and it didn't. It's not even close. And then I called my insurance and they were like, yeah, we cover 80% of like our rate or whatever. I don't know. Everybody's the worst. Everyone's just trying to get my fucking teeth and my cash.
Jesus Christ. How does it feel now? Like, what was the next day? Was it as painful, but you had painkillers?
That day and that night was really, really bad. And I was like, aside from being in pain, I was just like morose and full of regret that I had ever even gone to the dentist to get my wisdom teeth out. It was almost like I felt stupid. I was like, I shouldn't have done this to myself at all.
But I think in the long run, it'll be good. Like in 2 weeks when your mouth is fully healed, will you be happy that you did it?
I think I'd be happy that I did it if I had gotten it covered by insurance, which it always is. And I've gotten... Aside from the dentist not getting them all out the first time in Connecticut, like my childhood dentist, they did a good job. So I would have just, and they take my insurance. So I would have just done that or gone somewhere that takes my insurance.
So I guess the lesson here, the unsolicited advice is get your wisdom teeth out as early as possible. And if they offer it to you in one fell swoop, do that. And if they tell you you can go completely out, subconscious, do that.
Do that for sure. Do that.
Oh my God.
And check with your insurance before you get anything done. I guess people probably do that, but I'm too trusting. I'm just like, oh yeah, my insurance covers this, great. And then you get the bill from your insurance and you find out that they don't. And I think the doctors know that you don't and just don't want to tell you because then you won't get anything done with them.
And they'll charge a lot because insurance companies will sometimes blindly pay. So they'll be like, that cost $28,000.
Yeah,
Insurance
yeah.
companies are like, yeah, that's fine. We'll just charge everyone $700 a month to get our insurance and then cover this shit.
Right, but if you have Guardian Dental, you pay like $7, and it feels good, but then they actually don't cover anything. So
That's fun. We have the same dental insurance, I just realized, because we're both employed by the same company, which is Headgum. So really, we only have ourselves to blame.
Yeah, we founded the company, so we should definitely get everyone better dental. But I think dental is like just not that good across the board.
Yeah, because they'll assume that you don't have to get this insane procedure done. Although if they recommended it and it's like for your health, I guess they're saying you didn't have to get it done.
I don't know. No, they should. They usually cover this. They just don't cover it at my dentist.
Sheesh. Well, I'm glad it hurts less now. That's good. And hopefully in the long run it'll be worth it. And I feel
it felt
that
good to complain about it.
Let me pay for it because I feel like I kind of messed you up. It was my idea to go Guardian Dental insurance wise.
Really?
So, yeah. How much was it? I'll Venmo you right now.
Awesome. Yeah, it was.
What was it?
$40,000.
45,000. Did you tip?
Yeah, I tipped 200%.
You tipped $90,000. You idiot.
You're gonna cover it or not?
Fine, I'll send you 135 grand. That's enough. Then you really have to stop complaining about this shit. You made out like a bandit.
I guess you're right.
All right, let's take a break. Oh, wait, I guess I should say this is If I Were You, dental podcast. The only one on the internet hosted by us. I'm Amir.
I'm Jake. We have been talking a lot about dental procedures recently.
Yeah, I mean, write what you know, I guess. And we've been in the thick of the dental shit right now. But
that's right.
When we get back after these messages, let's answer some questions, shall we?
Yeah, I think that's the right thing.
Enough is enough. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Yes, thank you, BetterHelp.
There's nothing greater than therapy. Talking to someone, it really, really does help.
Yes, it does.
And if you find yourself dealing with depression, stress, or anxiety, BetterHelp is a great way to help you because they will connect you to a therapist in a safe and private online environment.
Good, safe, private. That's the way to do it.
That's incredibly convenient, and it's professional, and it's affordable.
Okay.
And you'll be able to send a message to your counselor at any time and get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you don't have to leave the house.
Great. Sounds super convenient to me.
Yes. So if you're dealing with any of these issues, like with family, perhaps LGBT matters, grief, self-esteem issues, anger issues, BetterHelp is there to help. So if you want to start living a happier life today, as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/ifiwereyou.
There you go.
In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors. In all 50 states, you can join the 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/ifiwereyou.
Boom.
Thanks, BetterHelp.
Thank you.
Thank you to Athletic Greens for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Yes.
They have me taking this stuff every day, and it does indeed help with your energy, your immune system. So if you hate taking pills and vitamins, this is just a scoop of Athletic Greens that you put into your water every morning.
You look good. You usually look awful. Like you usually look so bad when I see you, and you look good today. So it's it's doing something. That's awesome.
I do feel better. I don't know if it's making me look any different.
Usually look bad.
I think I look fine.
You do look fine today. I'm saying you usually look bad.
Yeah.
So
well, with one delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right.
I feel like they're doing you wonders because, like, usually when I see you, I'm like, whoa. And today, it's just like, fine.
Yeah, I think I look the same. I feel better. I don't know why you're saying that. I used to be so.
Not really.
Different looking, neither better nor worse. We're all just doing our best. Another great thing about Athletic Greens, beside it being really awesome for you and tasting good, it's a lifestyle friendly. So if you're keto, paleo, vegan, or dairy free or gluten free, you can have this stuff, no worries. And it supports better sleep quality and recovery and mental clarity and alertness.
Oh yeah, I've been taking it too. It's really great.
So right now, you can reclaim your health and arm your immune system with this convenient daily nutrition because Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase.
Huge.
All you got to do is visit athleticgreens.com/ifiwereyou. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/ifiwereyou to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Damn right.
Thanks, Athletic Greens.
Thank you.
And we're back. Jake, do you have any?
Oh, so let's do the fight.
Mom, I'm coming. Gross. I can tell the wisdom teeth story again just to really hammer it home.
Yeah, how did they slice it in half? Go into greater details.
We
Was it
gotta-
almost like splitting wood, or was it more of like a hot knife through butter?
It was definitely more of a drill, actually.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they...
Into concrete, a jackhammer of sorts.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. So it's split from the middle.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Have you been playing Wordle?
No.
Great. That's the answer I wanted to hear. So
Okay.
have you been seeing things about Wordle in the Twitter sphere?
No, because I'm also not on Twitter.
Okay, so there's
So
this...
I'm fully out. The only place I've seen it is on our Slack.
Right. So there's this daily word guessing game. It's kind of like, have you ever played Mastermind as a kid where you try to guess the 4 pegs and it's like you put a green and a blue and a black and a white and then you tell them like, oh, this one was used but not in that place, or this one was not used at all?
No, I never played that.
Okay, great. So this is a word puzzle game. And the cool thing about it is that it started off as like just a random website game that somebody made like 6 months ago, and like several hundred people were using it. And then in the last like few weeks, like hundreds of thousands of people are using it, and you only play one puzzle a day, and everybody is trying to guess the same word. So the entire globe is sort of trying to get this one word every day, and there's a new word at midnight every night.
Whoa, interesting.
So like when people post their score, it's like, oh, I guessed it in 4 tries. I guessed it in 2. I guessed it in 6. I didn't guess it at all. So I can explain it to you by sharing my screen. We could do today's puzzle. Obviously, I've already solved it because I do it right at midnight, but you've never played before.
Interesting. Is it a website or an app?
It's a website. That's how old school this is.
That's great. I'm not going to ever download another app.
You don't have to.
That's beautiful.
Okay. So we're looking at, can you see this? Wordle?
Yeah.
So it's powerlanguage.co.uk/Wordle. That's how lo-fi
Amazing.
this is. So every day you have to guess. You have 6 rows. Those are each your guesses as to what the daily word of the day is. And it's always a 5-letter word. And it starts, you can just start by guessing any 5-letter word. What 5-letter word do you think it is?
So just any 5-letter word
That's
in
right.
the world.
That's right.
Let's go sword.
SWORD. Okay, then you hit enter. And you see how those turn gray?
Yeah.
If one of them turned yellow, you would know that that letter is used, but not in that spot. And if one of them turned green, then it's like you used that letter and in the right spot. You nailed it.
I see.
So right now, you were 0 for 5. You didn't get any information, but you know that those 5 letters are not used in that word.
Okay. Let's go gauge.
G,
Yeah.
U, A.
No. G-A-U-G-E.
G-A-U-G-E.
Yeah.
Not an ideal word because you're guessing the letter G twice, but I can still input it for you.
I see. Let's make me suffer.
Okay. Oh, there's an A and an E in the word of the day.
But not there.
But not there.
And no G's.
No G's, no U's. So like you can
Okay.
see the keyboard at the bottom. Those grayed out letters are not in the word of the day. And again,
Yeah.
everybody on earth is trying to guess the same word today and today only.
Okay. So there's definitely an E.
Yep, definitely an E, definitely an A.
Okay. So let's try B-E-T-A-S. Betas.
You know that there's no S though.
Oh,
You've
I
already
do.
eliminated S from swords.
All right. Okay. All right. This is not a time thing, right?
Nope, not a time thing.
Great.
But
Okay.
it's a how many times can you guess it? Or how many words do you guess before you nail it?
Okay. So let's go T. We'll start with the T,
Uh-huh.
of course, because there's no R.
Yep.
We know there's an E, so let's go T, E.
Yeah.
Could it be T-E-A?
Uh-huh.
Oh, fuck. I can only think of 4-letter words and add an S.
See, this is the challenge. You
yeah.
gotta look at the light gray part of the keyboard. That'll give you some options for letters.
Okay. Yeah, totally. All right. Ooh, fucking hell. Meaty. Give me meaty.
MEATY.
Yeah.
Enter. Jake, do you see what
Interesting.
happened there?
Yeah,
That
so I know that
Y,
there's a Y. Yeah.
right there too. That you nailed the Y.
But there's no T. Okay.
There's no T, there's no M. There is an E and an A, just not there. And it's also not
Okay.
where the upper letters are. It's like the A can't be here or here, and the
Yeah.
E can't be here or here, but it does end in a Y. So if
Yeah.
you get it right now, you'll get it in 4. If you need another guess, then you'll get it in 5. If you need another guess, you'll get it in 6.
I mean, I definitely need another guess.
But you're
and I can
eliminating
only-
a lot of the keyboard. There's not a lot of letters left.
Right. I straight up can't think of a fucking word.
Yep, that happens. That happens for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. So let's go.
Can I suggest 4 letters in a word? Like there's some 4-letter words here that can end in Y, like picky, or
Yeah.
licky, or hickey.
Right. Yep, that's right. But then there's no E or A in there.
Nope, no A and no E.
So I need those,
Yep,
don't I?
you do.
So thanks for the fucking suggestion.
Or you can just assume, okay, I'll get the E's and the A's later. Let me just remove some of these consonants that I don't need.
Oh,
Different
I
strategies
see.
involved.
Yeah, I see. Okay. I respect that.
Yeah.
At the same time, I think I want to try to think of a word that starts. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
80. A C
Yeah.
H
Yep.
E
Yep.
Y.
It's funny you mention that because it's not in the word list, but I also tried it, and all my friends who I've been talking to also tried it, so much so that I actually tweeted today, hey, Wordle, achy is an actual word, and it's doing great. I guess a lot of people are, in fact, running into that same problem. Achy does not have an E in it, evidently.
Interesting.
But it's funny because
Interesting.
everybody on Earth is playing this game, and so many of them tried Achy. I'm glad you
Yeah.
tried it.
Wow. That's gonna fuck me up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So we gotta start fresh.
Yep.
Ooh. It's really fucking nerve-wracking to play
Live. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go H.
Yeah. It could be hacky.
No.
It could
Yeah,
be
that's-
hacky.
But no, it couldn't be hacky because that A.
Yeah. But that'll eliminate a C and a K.
Okay. All right, fine. Let's do it.
Hacky is the choice. Not in the word list. Holy shit.
Okay. Let's go. We can't go tacky.
That would be tacky.
Okay. It's so fucking hard.
And this is sort of the daily struggle that you have whenever you decide to do it, because you're going to be sharing your score, and you don't want to be like, I got it in 6 or I didn't get it at all. There's
Right.
I consider like 4 to be good. 5 is like baseline average, and if you can get it in 3, that's worth bragging about.
I see. But if you get
I've
it
done
in
it for-
6, it's like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't even fucking say anything.
Yeah,
right?
6 is like, yeah, you did it. That's baseline. And some people can't even get it at all.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Yeah, and then I've only gotten 3 once, and I've been playing it for a week. So last night was my 7th, and I got this word in 4.
Okay. Let's go. Oh my God. Janky.
Okay, let's see if that's a word. It's not a word. I don't know what to tell
Right.
you. These are
Yeah.
all hacky,
These are
janky.
words. They're
Maybe,
words.
maybe they don't have the entire dictionary in
All
there.
right, picky. That's what you said originally, and it's not right.
P-I-C-K-Y. But it can eliminate some stuff. Unfortunately, it didn't eliminate
you-
much of anything.
Yeah, that is awful.
But now you're down to knowing that it's basically these consonants right here. Because odds
Yeah,
are there's
we've
no
got the
Q, Z,
Q.
or X in it. So you're
Right.
into this zone right here.
Yeah. So wait, there's no. Oh yeah, we know, and it's not going to be Q because there's no
U.
There's no U. Yeah,
That's right.
All right, so we
So
know
you
that
start
there's
eliminating
an A
some
and an
stuff. Yep.
E. Okay.
And then you start to notice patterns in words, like maybe it ends in an EY. Maybe
Right.
if it ends with the Y. There's not a lot of consonants that can go right before that.
Right.
It's not like going to end in HY or JY or
Right.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. There's kind of like a chicken satay.
Yes.
There's an AY, but that seems.
SATAY. Oh.
Yeah, that's not what it would be. No, and yeah, it's not going to be X.
And you
Okay.
know that there's no A or E here or here
Oh,
or
how about
here.
belay?
BELAY?
Yeah.
Jake, we're getting really fucking close. That was your 5th guess, but you know that there's a B in it now. And you
Right.
know that there's no A here, or here. So you know where the A is. And you
Wait,
might
show me
even know where the B
oh,
is.
yeah. So it starts with an A.
That's right. You've eliminated every possible A except for the one that it's in. And you know
Okay.
that there's a B in it.
Yeah. So A what? This makes no sense to me.
Or does
There's
it make all the sense in the world?
All right. So there A has to go there.
That's right.
There's no E as a second letter.
Yep, that's correct.
So the E has to go probably.
Right before the Y.
Yeah.
And you also know that there's a B somewhere in these last two then. It's almost like a Sudoku. You can start eliminating.
Oh, is it just Abby?
Is it Abby? Yes, it is. Abby.
It's so goddamn
6.
British.
So there you go. That was your first Wordle. You did it in 6 guesses. And then it keeps your statistics. So if you have like a current streak of solving it and average answer.
Wow.
This is good for you because I sort of took your training wheels for that first guess. So like by the time you do it tonight at midnight, there'll be a new word you can play.
Nice.
And you'll have all this built-in information. You won't have any like practice round.
Do people ever get it in one?
Some people have guessed it in one. I can't tell if people are lying on Twitter or actually bragging about guessing it. Like 2 days ago, the word was drink, and somebody's like, "Yeah, I was just thirsty. I guess drink."
Interesting.
Some people even get it
that's
in.
almost like that's more luck. That's not even impressive. Like it's more impressive if you get it in 2 because it's like then you're solving the puzzle. If you just guess,
That's actually another tweet that I posted 2 days ago. I said 3 is the GOAT Abby Wordle score because it means you figured it out. 1 or 2 means you got lucky, and then like 4 through 6 is just like it took you a while. You really want to get that third one where you can eliminate so many good letters and then figure it out by guess 3.
damn. So how do you think I mean, I feel like I did pretty bad.
No, you did pretty good. This one is a hard one because there's really no consonants. It's like a vowel, two B's and then a vowel. So like you had to eliminate a bunch of consonants.
It's
to get
sneaky
there.
with the double, because when you look at the board, you're like, how can I make a word? But you forget that, like, you know, that B being yellow doesn't mean that there's only one.
Yeah, like I think one of my first words was banal, BANAL, and I like couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that there's an A in there twice. So I'm like banal, benal, bonal. I'm like, what could it possibly be?
Yeah, banal.
All right, yeah. So that's my unsolicited. Hop onto the Wordle train. You'll see it everywhere, and it sucks you in.
All right, we'll do it.
All right, should we try to answer a freaking question after all these beers?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here's a quick one, just to get us in the mindset.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hi, I'm a 33-year-old male who's selling the recreational cannabis company in Oregon that I've poured my blood, sweat, and tears into for the last 6 years. It's been so stressful, and combined with me losing my only surviving parent and worry about the future of big canna companies, it seems like the right move. But after I sell, I should have a couple $1 million that, while maybe not be enough to completely retire, is pretty freaking close. I plan on spending at least 6 months off to enjoy my newfound freedom before I start grinding again. If you quit your jobs with a somewhat large amount of money, where would you go? And what is on y'all's bucket list? What would you do if money was no object? Also, if you could retire pretty young, would you? I kind of want to half retire so I'm not bored, like starting another business that doesn't take over my life and all my free time. But that seems hard if you want it to succeed. Anyway, much love from another secular 30-something-year-old Jew. P.S. I found you on NADPOD, and while not a Day One fan, I'm a Patreon supporters of you both. All right.
Hell yeah. Well, you better be with that cash.
Can you imagine just pouring your blood, sweat, and tears into a company for 6 years, and then somebody just writes you a freaking $4 million check for your efforts? Shout out to this guy.
Shout out. I mean, is that how long Headgum has been around? 6, 7 years?
Yeah, much longer than this guy. We honestly started Headgum before this guy started his cannabis company. He's already, sort of selling it
started
off.
in like 2015. It's almost the exact same amount of time.
Yeah, I feel like we should have just pumped all of our resources into weed.
That would have been smart.
Yeah.
We should have invested in this guy's company. This question made me so jealous.
Yeah.
Really, but I won't be jealous. I'm happy for you. Proud of you. Congratulations.
I feel nothing but anger, greed,
It's exciting.
wrath. Whoa, this guy also got Abby and 3 S's.
Damn. All right. Fuck you, man. That is the dream. It's totally the dream. Just to like not fully retire, but to just like stresslessly check out for a little bit, take a well-earned respite, and use some cash that you earned to experience some cool shit while you're still young. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. And you can sort of go anywhere in the world minus the whole COVID thing. So like,
Right.
take some of the cash and I don't know, check out Italy for a month or two or London or something.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do. I would probably live abroad, somewhere where I could travel a whole bunch, like get to know a country or a continent.
Yeah. But yeah, do check those COVID restrictions because you don't want to end up in a place and then sort of have to quarantine there for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that would not be that fun. That would definitely not be that fun. And then when you come back, you don't necessarily have to like hit the ground running and grind again. You could like become an investor or a consultant or just like advise people,
That's
dip
cool.
your toe back in.
Yeah.
Because you've done something that everybody wants to do. You can help other people build and grow their businesses.
Yeah. And there's probably ways to invest your cash so that you're making money every month, probably enough to live in a different country.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
America is somewhat designed to keep rich people that way, so there are probably some hacks and games you could create to turn your lump sum of cash into a passive income that won't require you to ever work again, but still remain in the top 1%.
Yeah, actually, me and Amir will invest your cash for you for a really small fee.
You want to just be this man's money manager.
Ideally, yeah, because he and I are on a fucking catamaran in Ibiza, and I'm just making day trades, pump and dump crypto, NFT, fucking whatever, Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd be down to
I've
do
lost
that.
a few K of your money, but like, let's not sweat the small stuff, bud. We're here. We're in it for the long haul. I want to be your friend.
Just me so sunburned on a catamaran.
I'm actually pretty hangry and headachy. Do you mind if I write off
feeling
another
faint.
$10,000 check, or we can get a poke bowl or some
Do we
shit?
have any cold linguine?
What?
Linguine. Passing out.
You're falling off the boat just to save your life.
No one dives in.
just let him go. It's fine.
Yeah.
His teeth hurt a lot. This is probably for the best.
I shouldn't sink too low in the water. That pressure will get to me.
Dry sockets wise. Okay, let's take another break. Thanks to more sponsors so that we can make as much money as this guy one day.
Someday.
And answer another question on the other side of these messages. Thank you to Allforum for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Nice.
Allforum, amazing couches. You've probably heard us ranting and raving about Helix mattresses before.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Well, the brilliant minds behind Helix have gone out of the bedroom and into the living room, and they're starting to make amazing sofas that you can customize with premium materials at a fraction of the cost of traditional stores.
Whoa. Very cool.
I got an Allform sofa. It's cool. It's big. It's comfortable. It's yellow. It pops and it looks good and it feels good on my butt.
Yeah, and you're like so fucking stupid and helpless, but you were able to make it yourself. You constructed it yourself, despite being completely physically inept.
I don't. Yeah,
Talk about that.
I will talk about it because it arrives. They're like delivery men, so they like cut out the middleman that way and pass the savings on to you because they deliver you like this sofa in pieces that you can assemble. I did assemble it. I'm not a complete jackass.
Even if you are useless,
but
like
I was able to put it together in less than an hour. It's really
That's
easy
it.
and it's really comfortable
It is
and
really
it's
easy.
insanely
Because
affordable.
if someone like Amir can do it,
if you haven't.
basically. Sorry, let me finish.
I really have to sort of hammer home the fact that you shouldn't be able to, but still were able to figure out how to put the sofa together. It's not in the talking points, but I have to hammer it home as all.
I'm aghast as all.
And they got a guarantee, so if you don't love it, they'll pick it up for free and you'll get a free refund, a full refund, and they have a forever warranty. So
Whoa.
yeah, no risk. And Allform is offering 20% off all orders for our listeners at allform.com/ifiwereyou.
Beautiful.
So find your perfect sofa at allform.com/ifiwereyou.
Yes.
Thanks, Allform.
Thank you.
Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode of our program.
Thank you, Squarespace.
One of our day ones. We love Squarespace. Jake, you use Squarespace.
Many times over.
You can use it to run your e-commerce website. You can use it to run your wedding website, which Jake has done both of.
Yes, indeed. Indeed, I have.
They also have amazing data and analytics and 24/7 customer support. Everything you need to create, upload, design. It's all drag and drop, super easy technology. Even a moron like Jake can figure it out.
Hey, knock it off.
You can even buy .coms through Squarespace.
Sure can.
Yeah, you can just snab a URL if it's available. Jake, for example, what can people purchase today if necessary?
Suchbrunch.com. Such Brunch. It's like if you have a restaurant that makes really good brunch and it's like Such Brunch. That place has Such Brunch.
It almost rhymes. Not
It almost
quite.
rhymes.
Not
Yeah.
quite.
Right. Yeah. I wanted Crunch Brunch. That's if your brunch is on a time crunch, but
Yeah.
that was taken. So you know
Yeah.
these brunch domains are going fast.
I'm a diligent gentleman, diligentleman, actually, which is why I'm suggesting you purchase diligentleman.com.
Diligentleman.
Yes.
Okay.
A portmanteau for anybody of all ages if you want to buy that, and that could forward to any URL you want.
Such
Diligentleman. Yes.
Such Brunch.
So if you want to buy Diligentleman or Such Brunch or maybe somebody's name.com, you could do it all with Squarespace if you just go to squarespace.com/ifiwereyou.
Correct.
You'll get 10% off. They're already low prices. Use that coupon code if I were you to save a little bit more.
Right on.
That's squarespace.com/if I were you and use that coupon code if I were you to save 10%.
Thanks, Squarespace.
Thank you, Squarespace. All right, we're back. Let's try to get one more question on the books.
Okay, let's
This
do
is
it.
a 24-year-old guy from Australia.
Okay.
Yes, an Aussie. We'll call Aussie, O-Z-Z-I-E.
Love that.
I'm part of a friend group that's mostly online with people from different states within the country. However, one of the guys in the friend group who I went to school with is getting married, which is cool and all, except for one of the girls in the group was super excited and really wanted to go, despite living in a different state, but she wasn't invited. Obviously, she would understand if she wasn't invited due to her being in another state or the wedding size, but they have invited someone else from her state as well, and a few others that I know she would think aren't as close to them as she is. I'm her closest friend in the group, and she'll find out eventually who's going to the wedding, but the groom has said to keep it secret. So should I tell her she wasn't invited to the wedding beforehand or just wait for the day to happen? Yours sincerely, Ozzy.
Yeah. I think I've said this before, but after planning my wedding, they're very personal things. Don't go rogue. Don't take matters into your own hands. The bride and groom are dealing with a lot of moving pieces.
So you don't want to tell her before, because then she'll reach out and be like, I just wanted to know why you didn't think it right for me to show up, did you?
Yeah, I think
That was a really good accent, actually.
How could you not invite me? At least bring me on the hen do. It's me, Edith, and I want to show up to your wedding day. You call that a knife? This is a knife.
That's a perfect Edith impression. Not
Yes.
Australian, but a perfect Edith. I think that you just you can't take these matters into your own hands. The options aren't keep it a secret or tell. I think if you're feeling very concerned and like this will really hurt somebody, I would sidebar with the groom and just be like, you don't have to invite her, but I think keeping it secret, that's not something we can do. It's going to get to her. Are you okay hurting her feelings? How do you want to play this? How do you want to play this, groom, knowing that it can't be kept a secret? If this guy's your friend.
What about getting a +1 and bringing her? Just straight up bringing her. So you show up like Willy Wonka, like you look sick. You have like a cane and you're like attending the wedding. Then you collapse forward, somersault, reveal, and then
it's Edith.
And then it's Edith.
Oh, hello.
And then she can,
You thought you could have it without me, did ya?
Yeah. Then she gets to confront them face to face, which is good. Edith should pop out of a cake.
Like a fucking stripper. Imagine Edith covered in frosting during the dessert course.
Oh, yes. I'm from out of state.
Actually, I didn't even get to eat the dinner because I was in the cake. What did you guys eat? Chicken or fish?
Oh, Edith, put some fucking pants on. You're
Jesus,
insane.
Yeah, I think it's not your call. This isn't your wedding, so you don't really get this kind of, you don't get these decisions to be made over the invite list. What you do get to do is tell your friend if something that they're gonna do is gonna hurt someone's feeling, because that's really it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear more about this friend group that's mostly online. What do you think that entails?
It sounds like there's a lot of drama around this, which isn't necessarily good. The fact that like all of these online friends and they're inviting some to the wedding, like it's one thing to be like, we have friends, some are invited to the wedding, some aren't. That happens at weddings. They're expensive. They're hard to get to. There's a pandemic. But when you're keeping it secret from someone, that's a red flag. That's not a position you want to be in. Weddings should be out in the open. So if you feel bad enough that you didn't invite someone that you need to keep the wedding a secret, I don't think that's a fair thing to do for you and your wedding, you know?
Yeah. Or you can invite them virtually, sort of send them an Oculus headset, have a live stream, and then she can sort of walk around the wedding, as it were, virtually, almost like a ghost in the metaverse of sorts.
I really do want to follow up on this. I need details. I really need details.
All right, Ozzy, you heard him. Let us know. I'll also reach out and ask specifically.
Great.
Okay. If you have any of your own questions, your own theme songs, send them all down to ifiwereyoushow@gmail.com.
Damn right.
Who was that opening theme song again? I already forgot. He had a cool name and was
Instagram.
an EP. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
JCS Jason. It's Jason Sill from his a parody from his EP called Homesickness.
Right.
So check out Jason Sill, a jacked trainer in Brooklyn who was also a musician.
Yeah. Damn. Me and him really have fucking huge muscles. It's awesome.
You're jealous of everyone on this show, it seems like.
Not really.
You said you wanted to be the guy that retired early. You say you wanted to be the jacked musician guy who's training people.
Oh, that's actually another good thing that dude who's retiring could do. You could, certainly just get jacked. That'd be a fun one.
All right, no golden mic, no turdy for this episode, but
I got the golden, you got the turdy. Let's close this one out. Thanks, everybody. I'm honored, humbled, chief, and chuffed. I got the golden mic when I guessed Abby on my second
some
try.
wisdom teeth fragments sort of fly out of your mouth when you saying that. It seems like they just did not. They didn't finish the job.
They went
man.
to sew up the hole, and I skipped town. I said, "Fuck this." I'm out.
You did the DMX. What is it? The DX, Generation X, suck it.
Suck it, yeah.
As you left the dental chair. They didn't finish the job. I don't know what to tell you.
That's correct.
They want you to come back. They emailed ifiwereyoushow@gmail asking you to come back. You didn't feel comfortable giving me your actual email. You're afraid of spam or something.
It didn't make sense because I paid with our company card, so I needed to kind of keep it all in the same bucket, under the same umbrella, as it were. I spend a lot of cash on the company. So,
speaking of company, you can now watch this episode on our YouTube channel. There's an If I Were You Show YouTube channel. You can watch these episodes. We're going to give that simulcast life a shot.
yes, why not?
And also more videos on our Patreon, patreon.com/JA. So if you ever want more of us, there's always more to be had.
There sure is.
All right, take us away, Jason. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.
If I were you, I'm pretty sure Amir's a chipmunk. What good does that do when it comes to human problems? If I were you, Jake said his father was a gourd man. Wait a minute now, if that's true, wouldn't that make Jake half pumpkin? Oh, chipmunks like eat pumpkins?
That was a Headgum original.